Nazi forces seek to establish systems of government based on the regimentation of all human beings by a handful of individual rulers who seize power by force.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society.
And the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
A new world order is coming into being, but it looks less and less like the world order that Mr. Kissinger had constructed in his own mind.
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
What is the Bohemian Grove? Well, it's a kind of summer camp for the powerful.
Among its members, political figures like Gerald Ford, President Reagan, Vice President Bush, Richard Nixon is a Bohemian. Each year, guests like Henry Kissinger or Zbigniew Brzezinski address members on their areas of expertise.
Be a poster child for these people because you have served on the board of the Council on Foreign Relations. You helped start the Trilateral Commission, and you've been to the Bilderberger groups.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy.
I don't believe in this notion of some sort of secret societies controlling people. But, of course, in any political system, there are sort of over-the-table and under-the-table arrangements.
It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine.
By the military-industrial complex.
Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised.
We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves. A shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light.
No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. The quest for the new world order is in part a challenge to keep the dangers of disorder at bay.
We were interested today to hear that more than 100 law enforcement officials in Mexico are having microchips implanted in their arms. The chips allow a person to be scanned, sort of like a cereal box at the supermarket checkout.
I think the most important thing is for Barack Obama.
I think his task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created.
I think a new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation.
But the burdens of global citizenship continue to bind us together. In this new century, Americans and Europeans alike will be required to do more, not less. Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice.
Yes, these men and their hypnotized followers call this a new order. It is not new, and it is not order.
I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
Coming to the InfoWar in 2010, February. It is my latest and greatest and really my dream project, something that I've been, really working on for the past 3 or 4 years, wanting to do this picture, just doing the research, grabbing the video, and now it's coming into culmination. And I really hope this is what breaks the term New World Order into the mainstream without this kind of, oh no, it's a conspiracy theory. Oh, he's a tinfoil hat wearer. I really hope this does for 9/11 Truth what for the realization of what is happening in this country, is happening in the world, the way that Loose Change, brought 9/11 Truth into the mainstream. I'm hoping this does the same for global governments. Global governance and the New World Order. I want to thank another one of our sponsors, FrontSite.com. That's www.frontsite.com. Have you ever heard of the millionaire patriot Dr. Anaxius Piazza, the founder of the Front Sight Firearms Training Institute, is offering a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training to my listeners. Look, you want to learn how to use a firearm. You want to learn how to defend yourself. FrontSight.com can help. They are the best out there. They're one of our great sponsors, FrontSight.com. All right, what I got left in this segment, I'm going to play some of this Jesse Ventura and Alex Jones conversation. Basically, Alex went down there in light of this new television show, Conspiracy Theory, on True TV, and they had a little Chatsky and Hutch. So let's hit the clip.
Well, I'm here with Jesse Ventura, and we just did an interview for his upcoming television program, Conspiracy Theory. Governor, it's good to be here with you.
Great, Alex. Always nice to see you.
Never hung out with you in California. Tell us about the TV show.
Well, it's a TV show. It's going to be on the True Network, and we're going to deal with conspiracies, and we're going to deal with all sides of them, and it's going to be multiple different ones that we'll deal with, and I think people are going to find it not only enlightening, but entertaining at the same time.
What did you think of our little discussion about population reduction?
Well, it's kind of stunning when I talk to you about it. It's the kind of thing when it's told to you, you're not sure if you can believe it or not, because it's so outrageous and outlandish in its concept. But you can't imagine that things like that can occur in our lives. But the more I'm doing conspiracy theory, the more I'm learning about different conspiracies out there beyond, of course, just the assassination of John F. Kennedy and things of that nature. It's pretty enlightening and pretty shocking when you do learn about them.
Well, I'm glad that your show is somewhat of an investigation of these ideas, because a lot of it out there, from my research, is baloney, or part of it's wrong, part of it's right. More often than not, that's the case. Sure. I'm just seeking for the truth and trying to find out historically what's happened, what's happening currently, and what's coming up in the future. But I will tell you, on the subject of eugenics, on the subject of world population reduction, it's part of the public record. It's just not popularly known. That's what's so exciting about you doing this TV show. Tell us about some of the other topics that are going to be covered and when it's going to be airing.
Well, we don't know exactly yet, and you know, the other topics, I don't know if I want to be at liberty right now to say any of them, you know.
It's double top secret probation?
Yep, it's double secret probation, just like Animal House at this point in time. But you know that, Alex, you'll be a part of the shows, and we've talked to some very interesting people on a lot of very interesting subjects, and I'll just leave it at that for right now. Tentatively, it should be out, I'm guessing, around November or around Christmas time. We should hit the air somewhere in that general vicinity, I hope.
But it's been in the news that you are tackling 9/11.
Oh, it has? Okay, yeah, well, that would be one of them then. 9/11's one, because, you know, we all know that there's conspiracy theories about 9/11, and our mainstream media won't cover any of this stuff, so they leave it to me, so I have a job now.
That's another question. We haven't really seen any big national TV shows look at this. I think you're going to be one of the first that is going to objectively do it.
Hopefully. And hopefully that'll get us some ratings, and hopefully we'll be bought up and we'll be on another season. It's all part of what you do in this particular business, and Alex, for me, it's a case they won't let me retire. I want to retire. I want to go surfing. But yet this is so intriguing to me, I'm holding off my retirement until we get this project done.
How did you get into this, Governor? Because I remember about 3.5 years ago, I first met you in San Antonio. I interviewed you. I gave you my film Terror Storm. Yep. You knew a little bit about Gulf of Tonkin and some issues, but it seems like more and more, you're writing a book I heard on the subject. Yep. You come on my show. Yep. I mean, it seems like Jesse Ventura is
well,
kind of...
Here's the problem, Alex. I now live half the year down in Mexico. Well, I don't watch TV in Mexico when I'm down there for the 6 months. I read. And so I go out, I get books on interesting topics. I like to study history, and I like to study real things. I don't like to particularly read novels, because that's simply someone else's imagination writing a story in a book. Well, I have my own imagination. I don't need anybody else's, generally. So I like to read history, and I like to read controversial history. And so really, this has blossomed because of my time in Mexico. I mean, I remember 3 years ago, I actually read 17 books in one winter down there. Alex, that's more books than I read in my entire school career. You know, so it's reading, and it's doing that. And this show was, I'm the creator of it, basically. I took it with my people, and we sold it, and the True Network bought it, and they found it interesting enough, and here we are.
Governor, doing the research for this television show, and now that you're really immersed in this and reading all these books when you're down in Mexico part of the year surfing, what do you think of the New World Order itself, the move towards world government, or are you not even convinced of that?
Well, you know, I guess I'm 50-50 right now, you know, as I look at it, because I don't want to believe it, and that's probably what holds me back on it, but I'm certainly seeing enough indication that it could be true. Absolutely, because they're always talking about Mexico and the United States and Canada ending up like Europe. And there's things done politically that seem to take us in that direction.
All right,
and
folks,
so I
we
think
will be back after this. It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm Jason Bermas sitting in. Artificial life will be created within months. That's the big story over at the Daily Mail. We're live at prisonplanet.tv and Infowars.com.